Hey, so I'm with John Hamblin, Chief Exec of Shekinah. Good to see you again, John.
Yeah, good to see you, Ian.
Always good to see you. Standing in a beautiful garden.
Yes.
Silver Gilt winner at Chelsea Flower Show.
Yes.
Donated to Shekinah.
Yeah.
Now, if I got this right, it's by Project Giving Back.
Yep.
It was designed by Modular.
Yep.
Working with Pathway, the UK homelessness charity.
Yep.
And what does this mean to you as Shekinah? What is this garden going to do for you here?
I think it's going to do a number of things. I partly think we've been given the garden in recognition of the good work that goes on in Plymouth. So if you think about the partnership work around health and people who are rough sleeping, partnerships between University Hospital Plymouth, Live Well, Adelaide Street Surgery, PCC and ourselves, I think Plymouth's got some recognition that we do some stuff really well. We know the health inclusion is really important. We still know that male rough sleepers have a life expectancy of 47, and females have a life expectancy of 43. So I think the bit about getting the garden was around that. What this will do for us, we've seen it this week, Ian. It's been transformational for us. You know, the guys that come to us and ladies that come to us are just coming out, sitting in the garden and just commenting about the peace it brings, giving people the ability to just be and be present. So it's been transformational for us.
So how long has it been in so far?
It's only been in for about a week and a half. I mean, it's hard to understand that they only took 7 days to install it. So it was at Chelsea. It got dismantled at Chelsea, put onto articulated lorries, came down here, and the Modular team then came down and did the installation. So it's been here for just over a week and a half. So we've been watering quite a lot, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Andy Kebby on your team was telling me a little bit of the journey of the garden, how it evolved when it was at Chelsea, how it started small and grew to represent the journey through homelessness. Can you talk to that a bit?
Yeah, we can. I mean, the garden itself is kind of laid out in a way that there is a kind of pathway, and you know, I think the garden designers, Alon, designed a garden which talked about the kind of journey out of homelessness. So we have a kind of winding path, and we have obstacles. We got the mycelium at the end, and the mycelium is very much about networks. And we know that that's fundamental for people leaving homelessness. And then kind of path wanders around and becomes a kind of bench area where people can have rest and peace. So I think that was the original kind of thinking. I mean, I did have a comment with the designer that I think that's great, but I think we also need to recognise the journey could go the other way.
Yeah.
So, you know, we may have people who are not homeless who end up falling backwards through the pathway. So, but yeah, I think they've got it just right. I mean, it's spot on from my perspective.
Shekinah, you've been on a journey yourself for the last 25 years, 30 years, but particularly the last couple of years to these great new premises here in this amazing community premise that we've got here, and it changes the way you do things, doesn't it? Is this reflective of that, do you think? Yeah, look,
I've been in your studio enough times when you've heard me say what I'm going to say, which is I fundamentally think that people deserve better. Moving to Stonehouse Creek was very much about providing people experiencing homelessness with a better environment. And this really is the icing on the cake. I mean, there is nobody who wouldn't like this in their garden. And then actually, for me, this is just a bit of in a weird way, this is the final piece to the jigsaw. You know, we spent a lot of money in the building, and then we were donated this garden. It didn't cost us a penny. So yeah, it's just been absolutely superb. And I think just our old place at Bath Street that you'll remember, it was kind of very small and noisy. And again, I think this just reinforces we've got good space inside for people just to be quiet and present, and we've now got some spaces outside for people just to be quiet and present. Yeah.
Well, that's really working. We've got probably a dozen people out here all buzzing.
Yep.
This little corner is really tranquil, even with that going on.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I noticed it the other day. I kind of came in the other day, I got in about 8 o'clock, and first thing I did was come out and look how the garden was going. And I came out and there were two guys who had just come off the streets who were sat on the bench, eating their cereals, just quietly. And I said, "You guys all right?" And they said, yeah, fine. They said, after a night of rough sleeping, just to come and be present and be quiet and be peaceful, it's just, what the doctor had ordered. So, great.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Thanks to anybody, John?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's loads of people we want to thank. I mean, certainly, as you say, Project Giving Back. If it wasn't for them, none of this would have happened. You know, Pathways, Alex and the team are here today. You know, Alon, the garden designer, and Craig and Justin, the people that put the kind of garden in. You know, massive thank you. But also, as I said earlier, you know, there is that great partnership in Plymouth. Adelaide Street Service, University Hospital Plymouth, Live Well, PCC, the Alliance, who've started to try to address the issue of health inequalities for people experiencing homelessness. So massive thank you. Still lots to do, but I think we're on a journey.
John. Thanks very much.
Thank you.